Hey, another quick car video on break time. I'm just gonna record a quick video, and this is about guilt and shame. Man, the previous video was around midnight, trying to charge the car. Pretty tired, but anyway, regarding guilt and shame, right? So whatever you've done, right, wrong, after right after the divorce, all those come in. What did I do wrong? And then you either blame yourself or your partner or both. At some point, you get angry. Oh, it should have been. Forget all. Not. Don't forget that. What I did was, meditation, and I'll go into that in another video, and that helps immensely. You just gotta try it, and it's not this whole. I'm the things I'm gonna simplify it as much as I can. It's not this woo woo. It's not a. You know. It's not a magical thing, or it's not. It's just like therapy. It's a self. You do therapy with yourself, with your own mind. So people are not capable of doing that. It's just the thoughts are so. There's so many thoughts. It's so overwhelming that they end up resorting to the bottle or whatever. And they try to numb themselves. There's no judgment here. You might need to go to some meetings and things like that to talk to people that have been through similar situations. Not necessarily have to pay for those meetings. I've looked at. There are meetups all around. I'm in LA, so I'm sure. But anyway, you guys feel free to talk to me, post some comments. I'll talk to you guys. If you want somebody to just, I don't know, talk to, just let some blow off some steam or whatever. Just pour your heart out. Just talk. Let me know down there in the comment or whatever. Just we'll make it happen. You know what I mean? So the guilt and the shame, right? You the shame is not it's not useful. The shame, oh my god, dignity is, it's just, that's not useful. But the guilt part, right? If you are able to somehow get yourself to use the guilt to fuel you, as a fuel to work on yourself, and to kind of use that to improve yourself. It's already done, right? You've been through the hard part, and it's the aftermath. So it's just a matter of writing that, and let all the thoughts come in, and go. They'll flood in, and then they'll just disappear. And then over time, especially if you do the meditation stuff, it's gonna the effects of those thoughts, because thoughts aren't, they're not real, but they, when they come in, they affect the body. There are research, there are scientific uh, research out there that measure the reaction, brain's reaction. They measure the thoughts against the body's reaction, and for example, the happiness and stuff like that. Oh, hey, for example, imagine you're in a beautiful field, and then there's greenery, and then sunshine, things like that. Or walking on the beach. You've heard those meditations, little clips and stuff. Oh, imagine you. Anyway, let's trying to be serious here. But no, just if you were able to, so what I did was use the guilt to go to the gym, to exercise, to move right after that, instead of, for example, going and start binge drinking and things like that. So I started learning what I did right after that. As I mentioned in the previous video, I started learning about psychology, women's psychology, men's psychology, and just like love in general. um and exercise. And when you exercise, the effects of it is fantastic, because it produces the necessary hormones to keep you happy, right? Because the body thinks that, okay, this person's moving around, that means it wants to live. That's why it produces the necessary hormones and necessary chemicals in the body for you to survive. Happiness is one of them. Courage is one of them. The results of the secretion of those chemicals and hormones are happiness. At the very least, you want to be neutral, right? Not, hey, so it's not rainbows and sunshine. I'm not gonna say sugarcoat this at all. That's not the point. The point is to, at the very least, to be able to do the mundane things, as little as grabbing a cup and putting some coffee in there and drinking it, taking the next step, going to work, saying, for example, good morning. Each in the beginning, it feels like you cannot do any of those. Start with, hey, I'm gonna wake up in the morning, brush my teeth, put water on your face. Those are two things right there that you did. If you are able to take some, I did not take any sick days or any time off since then. But I so on my break time and lunch time and stuff, I did meditations and things like that, and it helps. I remember the first day that my ex told me, hey, it's over, and this is it, and it it was hard. Like, you feel like your world just falls apart, right there. It sucks. Anyway, so what I did was just I sat down and meditated. I'm gonna make some other videos going over this and kind of just explaining how to do it, what happens, and then but the good thing is that so that day, right, my heart's broken. You feel like your world's ending, and I just sat there with my thoughts, right, and meditated, and then that intense sadness became neutral. I was actually able to smile a couple of times throughout the day with coworkers, and it was nice. It was surprising. I said, "Oh, hold on. Like, this is actually okay. Cool. That's all right. Yeah, it's okay. Let's see how it goes." Obviously, it comes in waves. Learned how to cry. Just, I was by myself, and I just let everything out, and you cry. You have the same tear glands, same amount of Same number of tear glands. Women and men have the same amount of glands, tear glands. So then it's hey, if you gotta, let it all out, let it all out, and you do feel you do feel better. But yeah, definitely, if you guys want to talk or share, just let it all out. you know Comment down below, and if you want to just talk, we'll just set something up and just talk. And yeah, talking is great, especially with somebody who will understand or has been through a similar situation. It Because there's no judgment in there, and it uh, it makes you feel better, lighter, and at the very least makes you from negative come to zero, neutral at the very least. That's good. It helps you, at the very least, function to take the next step. you know uh, Driving to the grocery store, grabbing some, just simple things. If you're able to do those things, that's a fantastic start. And uh, uh, and it builds up, and it builds up. The mind recognizes those, and it builds up, and then new patterns come in. And next thing you see, hey, I'm doing all right. I'm, not miserable, at the very least. But yeah, let me know. I'll come up with different videos, and let's see how this journey goes. All right, talk to you guys later.